Hey guys, it's Dale with the insurance. Today we're going to talk about it's an article um, that impacts a lot of people in certain regions of the country, right? So hopefully you guys find it helpful. The title of the article is What You Should Know About Earth Movement Coverage for Your Home, right? So earth movement isn't, it's almost just an insurance term, but it refers to the most commonly used phrase, earthquakes, right? But then you got to think of mudslides, sinkholes, essentially anything that includes um, the earth moving. Even if there was construction happening near your home that caused earth movement, it would include that, right? And as you can imagine, the standard insurance company wants to steer clear of catastrophic events in general, right? Of which earth movement is one, flood is another, hurricanes, things like that. And that's simply because the losses can mount up very fast and go very high, and it could lead to bankruptcy. So standard carriers typically try to stay with the normal perils like fire or theft, things that are associated with more manageable losses, right? That said, there still is hope, right? You can still find coverage for earth movement. One way is, and this is probably the most common, is to simply go out and get an earthquake insurance policy, right? A separate policy to add to your total insurance package. Your carrier may provide this at an extra cost, but if not, you can definitely find it on the surplus market. Another fairly painful or painless, sorry, way to add coverage is to have your current provider either add a rider or an endorsement to your current homeowner's insurance policy that essentially provides coverage for this specific peril, right? They may even try to carve coverage out just for personal property, right? Or they may even have you list the items that are covered for this peril specifically. So they'll try to pigeonhole you in on the specific coverage for earth movement, but this is an option. The last option, which is often used by kind of large companies for commercial property, but it still is available for residential purposes, is difference in conditions property or coverage, right? DIC policies. This is basically, it's almost like a gap policy, right? Where it either provides coverage where there is none, which is for kind of catastrophic events like floods or earthquakes, or it provides kind of additional limits or almost a second layer of coverage for those perils that are already covered on your underlying policy, right? Your homeowner's policy. As you can imagine, these policies are incredibly expensive. But a few things to take note of is that one, you'll only find them in the surplus market. But because of this, it's not regulated. Those companies aren't regulated like your standard home insurance company, right? So they're able to take on these outsized risks of kind of almost a catch-all for catastrophic events type policy. But the flip side is that they're also able to price you accordingly, right? So keep that in mind when you're looking for kind of additional coverage for earth movement. Hopefully this is helpful. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you next week.